Hey everyone, I am Ria Miruta, a BEd second year student. Today we will tackle about the rocks and earth interior. Rock. Rock is a solid collection of minerals. In geology, it is naturally and coherent aggregate of one or more minerals. Such aggregate constitute the basic units of which solid earth is composed and typically form recognizable and mappable volume. There are three types of rocks. First, igneous. Igneous rocks are formed by the cooling of very molten material called magma, which is originate inside the earth. There are two categories of igneous rocks. First type of igneous rock is extrusive, a flow of lava that is cooled down slowly develops traces of joints that created the basalt column. Magma rises towards the surface of the earth because it is hotter and lighter than the surrounding rock. It can reach the earth's surface through a vent or fissure, at which stage it becomes known as lava. Such an event is known as extrusion. Due to the exposure to air and water, it cools quickly, and because of this, the crystals which make up are usually very small, and this is described as fine grain. Second type of igneous rock is intrusive. Intrusive rock which is solidified deep underground inside the magma chamber. The pinkish minerals are feldspar. The gray glassy minerals are quartz. And the black minerals are biotite. Alternatively, the magma may not reach the surface of the earth, and this leads to it cooling very slowly deep below the surface, maybe over thousands or millions of years. This type of event is known as an intrusion. The slow cooling process allows the crystals to become quiet, large, and easily seen. One such rock is granite. It is described as being coarse grain, is usually light in color with clearly visible mineral crystal. While granite intrusion did originally cool slowly at depth, uplift, erosion, and withering over millions of years mean that they can be seen on the surface of Earth today. Second type of rock is sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks are recycled rocks formed by the deposition of fragments of material which have been eroded and withered from the other parent rocks. They often consist of sand, pebbles, minerals, and mud, either removed from the land by erosion, carried by rivers, or blown by the wind and then eventually deposited. Sediments are usually deposited in seas and lakes, but they can also accumulate in desert environments. They are often deposited in layers known as strata. As the layers accumulate on top of another, they become buried underneath younger sediments and they become compressed into solid rock. Some sedimentary rocks are made from the deposits on the seafloor that consist almost entirely of the shell fragments of dead sea creatures. The shells are made largely of calcium carbonate, and when they are compressed, they form a rock called limestone. In other cases, the accumulation of large amount of dead plant material may over millions of years turn into coal, which is another type of sedimentary rock. The third type of rock is metamorphic. Metamorphic rocks were originally either a sedimentary rock, an igneous rock, or even a metamorphic rock. Metamorphism means literally change in form. Rocks that are deeply buried in the ground can become subject to very high temperatures and intense pressures. such as environment throughout processes that last millions of years, change the rock through physical or chemical changes. Sometimes already buried rocks may come in contact with hot igneous material and without becoming molten themselves, they become baked or cooked. This is known as a contact metamorphism. When a limestone is subject to metamorphism, it becomes harder and more crystalline and changes into a marble. The rock cycle. The rock cycle is a concept used to explain how the three basic rock types are related and how Earth processes over geologic time change a rock from one type into another. Plate tectonic activity along with the weathering and erosional processes are responsible for the continued recycling of rocks. The rocks in display are meant to be viewed in a clockwise direction. As you walk, keep in mind that existing rocks may change through a natural processes over geologic time or event melt to from new rocks. Earth interior. Earth's interior is generally divided into three major layers. First layer of Earth interior is crust. Crust is a thin shell on the outside of Earth, accounting for less than 1% of Earth's volume. It is top component of the lithosphere, a division of Earth's layer that includes the crust and the upper part of the mantle. Second layer of the Earth is the mantle. Mantle is a layer inside a planetary body bounded below a core and above by a crust. Mantles are made of rock or ices and are generally the largest and the most massive layer of the planetary body. Mantles are characterized of planetary bodies that have undergone differentiation by density. The inner part of the Earth is core. Core is the very hot, very dense center of our planet. The bowl-shaped core lies beneath the cool, brittle crust and the most solid mantle. The core is found about 2,900 kilometers or equivalent to 1,802 miles below the Earth's surface and has a radius about 3,485 kilometers equivalent to 2,165 miles.